Hey everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. I'm seriously so excited to have you here today. If you're the kind of person who just loves to figure out exactly how things work under the hood, well, you are absolutely in the right place. Today, we're unlocking the literal secret behind what makes music actually tick. We're going to look at exactly how different instruments team up to create that perfect song. Okay, let's dive into this.
What makes a simple tune feel like a complete, perfect song? It's kind of a fascinating question to chew on, isn't it? As our source material points out, a song really only feels complete, like truly whole, when it's supported by just the right combination of musical tools. It completely relies on this super careful, highly specific balance between two incredibly distinct categories of instruments. Without that balance, well, music just wouldn't have that magic we all instantly recognize.
But before we can get into those two categories, we really have to nail down one fundamental rule. And that brings us to the concept of pitch, or as it's called in Indonesian, nada. Pitch is honestly just the highness or lowness of a sound. I want you to think of this as the do-re-mi litmus test. From here on out, whenever you're thinking about an instrument today, just ask yourself, can it play the classic do-re-mi-fa-sol-la-si-do scale? Keep that auditory anchor locked in your mind because we're going to use it to categorize literally everything we unpack in this explainer.
So the crucial point is, the very first category we're looking at is rhythmic instruments, or alat musik ritmis. Now, let's apply that litmus test we just talked about. Spoiler alert, these instruments completely fail the do-re-mi test. They entirely lack pitch. That means no high notes, no low notes, and definitely no scales. Instead, their whole entire existence in a track is to act as pure accompaniment. Think of them as the pulse. They guide the rhythm, they dictate the tempo of the music, and they make sure the whole shebang stays perfectly on track.
Let's make this super concrete. Think about instruments like cymbals, maracas, the traditional gendang, tambourines, the triangle, gongs, rabana, and of course the classic drum. I'm challenging you right now. Try applying our do-re-mi test here. Can you honestly play a do on a maraca? Can you bust out a re on a crash cymbal? No way, you just can't. They do not have those specific high and low notes. But what they do absolutely brilliantly is provide that foundational tempo. A drum kit, for instance, sets the groove that literally forces you to tap your foot. It dictates the sheer physical energy of the track. They're played purely for the beat and the accompaniment, perfectly driving the rhythm forward without ever giving you the melody itself.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is that it provides a direct contrast. We have melodic instruments, or alat musik melodis. Unlike our rhythmic friends, these instruments absolutely do have pitch. They pass the do-re-mi test with flying colors. And because they have that exact high and low pitch variation, they possess this incredible ability to play an entire song's melody completely on their own, beautifully shaping the whole narrative of the music. Take the piano, the guitar, the trumpet, the violin, or even the recorder. Because these instruments have specific, distinct notes and chords, a musician can sit down with just one of them and play a completely recognizable song. The source material actually uses the great example of Indonesia Raya, the national anthem. You can play all the intricate notes, all the chords, the highs and the lows of a complex song like that on just a piano or guitar, and it sounds whole. You don't necessarily need anything else to instantly recognize the tune because the melodic instrument carries the full weight of the song's identity.
And this brilliantly illustrates the core dynamic at the heart of our explainer today. Putting these concepts side by side, we see this absolute perfect partnership. On the one side, the rhythmic instruments totally lack pitch, but they masterfully control the tempo and act as the steady backbone, the accompaniment. On the other side, the melodic instruments bring the pitch, that do-re-mi, utilizing specific notes and chords to carry the actual complete melody. It's the rhythmic tempo perfectly supporting the melodic pitch that actually comes together to create a complete, stunning musical masterpiece.
Which brings us to our final thought for today. Can you imagine playing your favorite song on just a tambourine? I mean, you'd have a pretty great beat, sure, but absolutely nobody around you would have a clue what song you were actually playing. This perfectly highlights that a true masterpiece really needs both, the melody for its recognizable soul and the rhythm for its heartbeat. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. It's been a blast. But before you go, I'll leave you with this. The next time you're listening to your absolute favorite track, ask yourself, what other hidden musical rules are secretly shaping the songs you love?